$270,000 in his father's medical debt. And the Commonwealth's theory was that Vince planned to kill his father so that he would somehow get off the hook for that debt. We arrested him immediately.
There's an office staff that his office manager had booked a ticket to Alaska for right about the same time period that Dalton Gilmer was to be released. She had booked a round trip ticket, but we were presented information that that ticket had been altered to only be one way. We also interviewed the individual who helped Dalton Gilmer get into Vince Gilmer's truck, who told us that Vince Gilmer approached his father there at the hospital and said, "I've waited for this day for a long time." When Vince Gilmer was booked into Washington County Jail, he was able to use the telephone in the back of the jail. I spent countless hours in monitoring his phone calls. He indicated to the person he was talking to on the phone that the news camera was able to pick up him doing a head bob type motion to show that, hey, there could be something wrong with this guy.
It was kind of the same type of situation. They don't be going to it, in and out, right? And see me doing the camera thing, and then sure, I go back and all that good stuff. Can't tell me something.
Highly manipulative. He was faking everything.
We were very suspicious of those actions that he was demonstrating.
Today's date is October 25th.
Detective Martin and I made very close observations to Vince on the rec yard.
Was Mr. Gilmer at this time?
If Vince Gilmer was on the rec yard with other inmates, he was just like any other person. He was able to play basketball. He was able to walk around freely and didn't show any kind of impairments. We then had one of us step outside our office to where he could look and see that we were there. His behaviors changed. He began to do the head bob thing. He began to shuffle feet. We let this go on for a few minutes, and then we take the officer out of the picture. And a short time later, the behaviors may go right back to normal. We thought that was very suspicious behavior. So from that point, we began to suspect that's
Completely convinced that he was faking it.
the person I am wouldn't hurt anybody. Drove for hours and hours and hours, every single little road all over the place. He tried to pull my head down into his lap, and that was when the thoughts, he's not voices, his thoughts took over the thoughts. I wasn't in control.
Vince had been hearing voices in his head, like he had these episodic delusions. Some of these voices telling him to kill his father. Ultimately, after his father sexually aggressed him, he could no longer deny the impulses.
It's because my flesh burned into the road.
How much can money do we need? Take your best guess. Best guess live. Play with us in the mobile app for a chance to win up to $15,000. Get ready to play.
I love you too, baby.
Welcome back to Something is Killing Me. I'm Dee Dee Wong. In 2004, seemingly out of the blue, Vince Gilmer, a doctor at a clinic in rural North Carolina, brutally murdered his father. Vince claimed that his dad had sexually abused him as a child and tried to do the same on the day of the murder. He told detectives he thought there was a medical reason for his violent actions. Now, in the custody of law enforcement, Vince is behaving oddly. A strange manner of walking, difficulty completing sentences. The longer in jail, the worse his behavior seems to get. Just a few months before his trial, he asked to speak to investigators. He ends up meeting with them on multiple occasions, telling them what happened.
Grabbed me and he didn't feel was real strong and but I was way stronger than him. He tried to grab my back of the head and when I grabbed the rope and grabbed him and then my sister saw him kill him and took over and that was when I started him with the rope and hit the fingers get back really one leg.
Are you sure you didn't have the intent to do something to him other than take him to your house?
No. This was in no way planned.
I think the crux of the prosecution's case was that he had started acting strangely even before the murder as this fake insanity.
He was evaluated by a psychologist who was appointed by the court.
He described him as being restless and fidgety,